Happy Monday, everybody. Woo! What an insane and fantastic weekish I've had in Texas. I feel like I'm still recovering. There's just so much information and ideas just going on in my brain. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this week's challenge because, well, you know, I had so many ideas. Good ones that like I wanted to steal, I wanted to incorporate, I wanted to use. And I'm like, well, what do I do? I feel like overwhelmed with choices. And so I wanted to talk about really looking into success and how we define success, which ironically has absolutely nothing to do with what I learned at conference. You know, the idea of success is different for different people. Do you consider yourself successful? And then somebody is going to be like, well, successful how? Because, you know, some people are happy and joyous and maybe aren't rich. Some people are really good at things and maybe that isn't actually their job. Some people are just not where they want to be, so they wouldn't consider themselves successful. So I want you to think about how you define success. And I think we've talked about that before, or maybe we talked about it in the concept of think of how you define happiness and joy and contentment. So success. So would I consider myself successful in the reference of the framework of life? Yes, I mean I'm here. I'm alive. I've survived. So in reference to that, yeah, I think that I'm successful at life. Am I where I want to be? Like, no, not at all. But I'm working towards getting there, and I understand that it takes time and skills that I'm still acquiring. So I look forward to being successful in other realms of life. But for now, you know, I'm pleased with where I am and where I'm working to be. I had everything I thought I wanted in my marriage. And I realized, and it was like the middle of winter, freezing cold, like sleeting, and I had to go into the chicken coop to like give them food, give them water, check on everybody. And that was when I realized that even though I had everything that I wanted, you know, my homestead, being a stay-at-home mom with my 2 dogs and my tiny people, I realized that I didn't have everything I wanted, because literally the thing that I wanted was a partner to have those things with. And having that tremendous realizing that I had done all of that without, not without help, obviously financial help. You know, it takes 2 people to buy a home at this point. But I did everything. I was still working for the law firm. I cleaned the coop. I took care of the chickens. I took care of the house. I did all of that. And when I would ask for help on that level, I was always met with no help, essentially. When things broke around the house, I fixed them. I'm completely independent. It's not like I wanted someone to do everything for me, but knowing that there wasn't that partnership made me realize that I literally had everything that I wanted, and I wasn't happy because I didn't have a partner to share those things with, to build on those things, to just be with. And that was one of the biggest realizations of my life, absolutely. And so I realize now that whatever I build in the future, I still want a homestead. I still want chickens. I still want my craft room with like fiber art section. Like I still want all of that. But I'm not settling until I get a partner to build those things with and maintain those things, you know, because you got to take turns doing chicken water in the winter. It's just not fair because it's freezing, is it? You know. So I think at this point I realized over the weekend that in my business I'm not alone, and that was a fantastic feeling, just realizing that that missing link in one part of my life is seriously here in another part of my life. Because people are like, well, you do it all now alone, and I pretty much do. You know, my folks help with the kids a little bit, my sister helps with the kids a little bit, but pretty much everything I do is on my own again. But I'm happier because I have more time with my family. I have that little bit of help. I know that if I needed support, they would find a way to do that. Whereas with my ex, I didn't have that at all. So am I successful at life? Yeah. Would other people define me as successful in life? Probably not, because I don't have a mansion, a yacht, 5 fancy cars, a private plane. But I've never wanted any of that. I get seasick. So, like, give me a yacht and I wouldn't know what to do with it. I couldn't even sit on it in harbor. Maybe put it in dry dock and I'll eat on, the bow. I don't know. I'll sunbathe nude. I'm not sure what I would do. The yacht. Fancy cars. I want to rebuild an old Stingray. I mean, a mansion. What am I doing with a mansion? That sounds like an awful lot to clean. Like, seriously? Like, these are the things that go through my head. So other people's version of success isn't going to be your version of success always. I mean, if you want a mansion and yachts and you're not seasick, go get it. But if you want a small off-grid homestead where you can do crafty stuff and raise children and dogs and, help your community and garden and do all sorts of stuff, well, then we're on the same level. But that doesn't make our success, our version of success, different from better than anyone else's. It's not better. Different, yes, not better. So figure out what your version of success in life is. Figure out what your version of success in business is. For us, it's everyone that makes $100,000 or more a year. And we had a guy that made $733,000. My boss made like $430,000. And so, like, when people say it isn't possible, it's like, well, we have all of these people doing that. So I'm working towards doing that. Because in doing that, I mean, that means we help a number of families, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's a good feeling to not be in life alone. And that doesn't mean you have a spouse. That doesn't mean you have a sibling you're really close to. It doesn't mean you have family you're really close to. Whoever that is for you, it may just be supportive coworkers, Your best friend may be a coworker. Your best friend may be your sister who's cross country. It doesn't matter. Whoever is supporting your dream, hold on to those people and tell them thank you. So your challenge is to figure out how you define success. Figure out if you think you're successful, and figure out how you're going to get to where you want to be. Do you have to? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't bother me if you don't. But I think if you consider yourself successful, then you're just going to be happier. If you're working towards that success, you're going to realize that you have purpose. Even though I was like, what's the purpose of my life? I don't know. Work and find out. Try stuff. Find out. Because you can't just sit around and plan your entire life. And that's saying something, because I'm a big planner chick, right? You have to actually do stuff. So figure out what your success is and move towards it. Yay! I love you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 more videos this week just to get back on track with basic education sort of stuff. I want to give you guys some more resources. But work is certainly picking up too. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.